You think you have test? You think you have one sickness and the whole world crumbles around us? You think you have one financial problem and we lost our business and we think that's the end of it? People commit suicide because of this issue. And you look back in the Quran and you say, wait, hold up. Here it is, an Anbiya alayhi salam that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent to us, that Allah sent in this dunya as an example. Inna wajadnahu sabiran ni'mal abdu innahu awwab. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminded us, indeed we found him to be the most patient. You talk about a man that had trials and tribulation. He lost everything. He lost his wealth. He lost his children. He lost his property. His wife left him at one point, and he was tested with his health. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, we found him to be the most excellent of servants. We found him to be the most excellent of servant. After all of that test, indeed he was one repeatedly turning back to Allah. We see one condition that Ayyub alayhi salam did. What was that condition? He did not leave out Allah. He did not say, why me, Allah? He didn't say, oh Allah, why are you testing me so much? His wife came and asked him, why don't you make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Why don't you? You are the Prophet of Allah. You are the Prophet of Allah. Make dua. Allah will accept your dua. He turned to his wife and asked her, go in the Quran. Chapter 38 of the Quran. Verse number 44, it begins. Go look it up. Those of you who are viewing worldwide, look in the Quran. You want the example of how we are supposed to have patience and sabr and deal with the issues we are dealing with today. Go in the Quran. Your answer can be found in that which Allah has given to us. Do we take from it? How many of us go back in the Quran when we have a problem? What is financial, marital problem, whether it is sickness, whether it is health, whether it is wealth, whether it is children, whether it is whatever it is. How many of us open the Quran? Seriously, let's ask ourselves this question. I guarantee you many of us will rather go to the counselor. I'm not saying you don't go and seek the professional help, but also turn your faith to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Also turn your faith. Have your taqwa in Allah. Look in the Quran what Allah has recommended for us to do. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he turned to his wife and he asked his wife, how many years did Allah give me sickness? Say, how many years did Allah give me health? Ayyub alayhi salam, he's questioning his wife. It's in the Quran. Go, read it for yourself. Don't take my words for it. That's about 80 plus years. Allah gave you health, Allah gave you wealth, Allah gave you children, Allah gave you livelihood, Allah gave you everything that you wanted. Over 80 years, Allah gave him. Habib, my beloved, how many years did Allah give us happiness? How many years did Allah give us goodness? How many years did Allah give us wealth? How many years did Allah... And then he turned to his wife, how many years did Allah test me? Look at his response. He didn't complain. He says, oh Allah. Says, indeed, you're going to find me the most patient. He didn't complain to Allah. He didn't say, why me, Ya Rabbil Alameen. And he asked his wife, how many years did Allah give me this trials and tribulation in this dunya? How many years it is? It was 7 plus years, 7, 8 years. Said, then how can I go to Allah and complain to Him when Allah gave me so many years of goodness? How could I turn to my Rabb? Allah tested us for a few months. We lost our job. But this is what taqwa is all about. This is what piety is all about. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds us in the Quran. Allah reminds us in the Quran. In chapter 2, verse 155 to 157. What did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tell us? A very famous ayah in the Quran.